I just tested every major AI tool you're hearing about, and I'm going to save you months of wasted time by telling you exactly which ones are actually worth opening right now. Look, there are hundreds of AI tools out there, and honestly, most of them are just variations of the same 3 or 4 underlying technologies dressed up in different interfaces. So instead of downloading the entire internet and hoping something sticks, let's be strategic about this. I'm going to break down the AI tool landscape into tiers based on what I actually found useful, what's overhyped, and what's genuinely game-changing. And here's the thing. The tier you should care about depends entirely on what you're trying to do. So stick around because I'm walking through this with real examples, not just hype. Let me start with what I'm calling the S-tier tools. These are the ones I use almost daily, and they've genuinely changed how I work. ChatGPT is still the heavyweight here. And yeah, I know everyone's already using it. But the reason is simple. It just works. The free version handles most creative writing, coding help, brainstorming, and research. The paid version with GPT-4o is noticeably smarter for complex reasoning, but for most people, the free tier is honestly sufficient. Then there's Claude, made by Anthropic. Claude is my secret weapon for deep analysis and nuance. It handles long-form content better than ChatGPT in my experience, and it's genuinely thoughtful about edge cases. If you're doing research or writing something that needs real depth, Claude is worth your time. The free version is generous too. Gemini, formerly Bard, has gotten way better. Google's integration with its search and workspace tools makes it genuinely useful if you're already in that ecosystem, and it's free. For image generation, Midjourney is still the gold standard in my opinion. It's $10 to $120 a month, depending on your usage, but the image quality and consistency are unmatched. DALL-E 3 is right there too, and it's more accessible if you're already paying for ChatGPT+. Stable Diffusion is the open-source alternative, and it's free, which is wild. The quality is respectable, though not quite Midjourney level. If you're doing video, Runway is the tool I keep coming back to. It's not perfect, but it's the closest thing we have to an actual AI video editor that doesn't require you to be a technical wizard. For most of these S-tier tools, you can start free or cheap and upgrade if they actually fit your workflow. Now let's talk A-tier, which is where things get interesting. These tools are excellent, but they're more specialized or they solve a specific problem really well rather than being all-purpose. Perplexity AI is fantastic if you want a search engine that actually reasons through your question instead of just throwing links at you. It's like having a smart research assistant. For coding, GitHub Copilot and Claude are both incredible. But if you're deep in the coding world, Copilot's integration with your editor is hard to beat. NotebookLM is criminally underrated. It lets you dump documents and have an AI actually understand them. You can even generate podcasts from your research, which sounds gimmicky, but is genuinely useful for learning complex material. For productivity, Notion's AI features and Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365 are solid if you're already in those ecosystems. Jasper and Copy.ai are good if you specifically need marketing copy and you want something polished. For design, Adobe Firefly has gotten really good, especially if you're already using Creative Cloud. These A-tier tools usually cost money, anywhere from $5 to $50 a month, but they solve specific problems exceptionally well. Then we get to B-tier, and this is where I have to be honest with you. A lot of tools live here. B-tier means they work, they're useful for certain people, but they're not essential, and you can probably find a free alternative that does 70% of the job. Character AI is fun if you want conversational roleplay, but it's not practical for actual work. 11 Labs makes excellent text-to-speech, genuinely the best I've heard, but unless you specifically need voiceovers, it's probably overkill. HeyGen is similar for video avatars. It works great, but how often do you actually need an AI avatar? Canva's AI features are convenient if you're designing, but Canva itself is more valuable than the AI component. Synthesia is like HeyGen's more professional cousin. If you're making training videos or corporate content, it's solid. Grammarly is still useful for writing, but honestly, ChatGPT can do similar things for free now, so it's lost some of its must-have status. These tools aren't bad, they're just not must-haves unless they fit your exact use case. Now, the C tier and below, and I'm going to be real with you here. This is where most new AI tools end up. They're either too narrow, too expensive for what they do, or they're just solving a problem that doesn't need solving. I've tested tools that claim to revolutionize your email, your scheduling, your note-taking, but they're usually just wrapping ChatGPT in a specific interface and charging you for it. You don't need a special AI tool for every single task. Sometimes the general-purpose tool you already have is genuinely better. There are some exceptions. If you have a very specific industry need, there might be a specialized tool that's worth it. But most of the time, you're better off getting really good at one or two of the S or A-tier tools than downloading 12 different C-tier solutions. Here's what I actually recommend if you're trying to figure out where to start. If you do creative work, writing, or brainstorming, get comfortable with ChatGPT's free tier and Claude's free tier. Try them both. See which one clicks with your brain. If you make images, start with DALL-E 3 if you're already in ChatGPT Plus, or try Stable Diffusion for free. If you're a coder, Copilot is worth the money, but Claude is a close second. If you're in business or knowledge work, add Perplexity to your rotation for research and NotebookLM for handling documents. That's genuinely enough to handle 90% of what people use AI for. Then, and this is important, only add more tools if you hit a specific wall that none of these solve. Most people get caught in the trap of tool hopping, thinking the next shiny tool will be the magic bullet. It won't be. The magic is in actually using one tool deeply and understanding its strengths. One more thing. Watch out for the subscription creep. I've seen people spend $300 a month on AI tools when 2 or 3 of them would cover everything they need. Free tiers are genuinely generous right now. Use them. Test them. Only pay when you've confirmed it actually saves you time or money. Because at the end of the day, the best AI tool is the one you actually use, not the one with the fanciest marketing. The landscape is changing fast, and honestly, 6 months from now some of these tools might be obsolete, and new ones will emerge. But the principles stay the same. Focus on the fundamentals, test before you pay, and don't let hype override actual utility. If this breakdown helped you figure out which tools are worth your time, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next breakdown. And let me know in the comments which AI tools you're actually using and which ones disappointed you. I read those, and it genuinely helps me know what to test next.